You found your way to Whispers of Crimes, a quiet corner where the shadows of the past are gently told. Here, we speak of real crimes and mysteries, not to shock or scare, but to wonder, to reflect, and maybe to help you fall asleep. So close your eyes, let your thoughts slow down, and come with me into tonight's case. On March 3rd, 2021, Sarah Everard, a 33-year-old marketing executive, vanished while walking home in South London. What started as a simple evening walk quickly turned into a national tragedy that would leave the world reeling. Days later, a breakthrough would reveal the unthinkable. Sarah had been abducted, and her killer was someone no one could have ever suspected, a trusted member of the Metropolitan Police. What followed was an investigation that uncovered chilling truths about abuse of power, systemic failures, and the harsh reality of women's safety in our society. Join us as we dive into the story of Sarah Everard, her tragic death, the shocking arrest, and the global movement sparked by her case. Chapter 1: The disappearance of Sarah Everard on the evening of March 3rd, 2021. Sarah Everard, a 33-year-old marketing executive, left her friend's home in Clapham, South London. Around 9 p.m., she was heading home to Brixton, about a 50-minute walk away. Sarah had recently been in contact with her boyfriend, confirming that she was walking back alone but safe. Her last known message was a text to him which read, "Almost home." She had been walking through an area she was familiar with and considered safe. Wearing a bright green jacket, jeans, and white sneakers, Sarah walked the busy streets of Clapham Common. According to the data, her phone signal dropped at around 9:30 p.m., and she stopped responding to her boyfriend's calls shortly afterward. There was no sign of distress or indication of trouble before she vanished without a trace. This sudden disappearance led to an immediate investigation, with the police starting a search around the Clapham area. Her family and friends were understandably frantic, and an urgent appeal for any information about her whereabouts was launched. Local news outlets picked up the story, and Sarah's image began circulating on social media, asking for help to find her. But as days passed, there was no breakthrough, and the case began to grow colder. Chapter 2: The search for Sarah. In the hours after Sarah was last seen, a massive search effort ensued. The Metropolitan Police launched an investigation, and both local and regional forces joined in. Sarah's phone had been last detected in the area near Clapham Common, where she was seen walking. Police scoured the common and the surrounding areas, using CCTV footage, which became vital in the search. Initially, investigators could not ascertain what had happened. The footage from the nearby cameras did not show anything out of the ordinary. Sarah had simply walked through the area without encountering any apparent trouble. The lack of any obvious leads made the case even more puzzling. During the first few days, police questioned local residents, checked security footage from shops, and conducted door-to-door inquiries in an effort to uncover any clues. Despite these efforts, the first breakthrough in the case came from a piece of footage that caught the attention of investigators. A CCTV video taken just before Sarah's phone stopped working showed her walking down a street near Clapham Common, seemingly approached by a man wearing a face mask and a high-visibility jacket. The man appeared to speak to Sarah, and shortly afterward, she was seen getting into a car. This footage would later play a crucial role in the investigation, confirming that Sarah had been abducted rather than simply going missing voluntarily. Chapter 3: The discovery of Sarah Everard's body. After 6 days of searching, a breakthrough came on March 9th, 2021. Human remains were discovered in a wooded area near Ashford, Kent, approximately 50 miles from where Sarah had been last seen. A significant police presence was dispatched to the area, and forensic teams worked tirelessly to confirm the identity of the remains. Tragically, it was confirmed that the body was indeed Sarah Everard's. The discovery of Sarah's body not only marked the end of the search, but also triggered a wave of disbelief and horror. The victim had been abducted, murdered, and hidden in a location far from her home. The police investigation quickly intensified, and the public was left stunned by the revelation that a woman walking home in one of London's more populated areas had fallen victim to such a violent crime. The focus now shifted to identifying the perpetrator and understanding how a seemingly routine walk had turned into such a tragedy. Chapter 4: The Arrest of Wayne Couzens. The arrest that would shock the nation came on March 9, 2021, just hours after the discovery of Sarah's remains. Wayne Couzens, a 48-year-old officer with the Metropolitan Police, was taken into custody in connection with Sarah's abduction and murder. Couzens had been working as part of the Parliamentary and Diplomatic Protection Command, responsible for the protection of politicians and government buildings. CCTV footage soon revealed a chilling sequence of events. Couzens had stopped Sarah on the night of her disappearance while she was walking alone. Using his position as a police officer, he reportedly showed Sarah an identification card and told her that she was being arrested for violating COVID-19 regulations. He then forced her into his vehicle, where he drove her to a remote location. Couzens used his status as a law enforcement officer to control the situation, leveraging his position to abduct Sarah under the false pretense of an official stop. This detail was particularly disturbing because it undermined public trust in the police, an institution meant to protect citizens. The realization that an officer of the law was behind the crime only deepened the shock and anger that the public felt. Chapter 5: The Investigation and Couzens' Background. As the investigation unfolded, disturbing details emerged about Wayne Couzens' past. He had been employed by the Metropolitan Police for over a decade, having joined in 2005. His career, however, was not without controversy. In 2015, he was reported to have been involved in an incident of indecent exposure at a fast food restaurant, where he exposed himself to 2 women. The matter was investigated, but Couzens was not charged, and no disciplinary action was taken. This incident raised questions about why his behavior had been overlooked by his superiors. The failure to take action after the indecent exposure incident contributed to the growing public outcry surrounding Sarah's case. It was clear that the system had failed to hold Couzens accountable for his previous offenses, which may have prevented his later crime. The police soon uncovered other details that painted a grim picture of Couzens' actions. Sarah's kidnapping was premeditated, as it was later revealed that he had planned the abduction well in advance, ensuring that his actions would go undetected. Couzens had used his police-issued equipment to carry out the crime, from his official vehicle to his handcuffs, further abusing his power to commit such a brutal act. Chapter 6: The Court Case and the Truth Comes to Light. On July 9, 2021, Wayne Couzens appeared in court to plead guilty to the kidnapping, rape, and murder of Sarah Everard. In his plea, the court heard that Sarah had been bound and raped by Couzens before her death. He had taken her life in a cruel and premeditated act. During the proceedings, details of the crime were revealed that further horrified the public. The prosecution outlined the extent of Sarah's suffering, detailing how she had been driven to a secluded area before being killed. Couzens' actions were described as callous and calculated, showing a complete disregard for human life. The case highlighted not only the brutality of Couzens' crime, but also the failures within the police force to address misconduct and prevent such tragedies. Many questioned how someone who had been in the force for so long could have committed such a violent act without any previous intervention. Chapter 7: The Aftermath and the Call for Change. Sarah's murder sparked widespread protests and conversations about women's safety. particularly in public spaces. A campaign known as Reclaim These Streets emerged, with women across the country sharing their experiences of fear and harassment. Sarah's death was seen as a stark reminder of the violence women face daily, and her case galvanized calls for immediate action. In response to public outrage, the government and the police force were forced to confront their failures. Several initiatives were proposed to increase women's safety in public spaces, including better lighting in areas known to be dangerous, changes to police training, and stronger measures for holding police officers accountable for misconduct. Sarah Everard's death, though tragic, became a symbol for broader societal issues surrounding violence against women, and it ignited a movement for lasting change. Her case highlighted the need for more robust systems to protect women, ensure accountability in law enforcement, and challenge ingrained societal attitudes toward women's safety. That's all for tonight's story. Another thread in the web of true crime, quietly unraveling as the night goes on. If you're still with me, thanks for listening. And if sleep has already taken you, may your dreams be peaceful and your mind at ease. I'll be here next time by the fire with another story waiting to be told. Good night, and don't forget to lock your doors.